Do you know all about Stoneshard?
You know all about it!
It's a 2D turn-based RPG set in an open world. The game is set in medieval times, somewhere between 1056 and reign of King Joffrey. Despite the name Stoneshard, there is no geology in it whatsoever. You can, however, show enemies how hard stone really is with geomancy, and then provide a sick burn with pyromancy. The game is still in beta and early access on Steam. If the developer delivers, it looks like a tasty morsel to look into. In Stoneshard, you play as a mercenary going town to town doing contracts for gold. Just like another popular game, Escape from Tarkov, Stoneshard is built on top of a compelling game of inventory Tetris. You will need healing items if you want to keep your leg, but you also need that wooden mace still with the plot of its previous owner that is worth a week's stay at the end. What to drop? What to keep? Maybe if you rearrange your entire inventory you can fit this cast iron plot block in there. If you decide to ditch the splint, you may be so unlucky as to step on a trap for which you have to spot with the spotting skill. Fail to do that and you will be limping home grinning from pain. You can treat pain with alcohol and dank herbs, but you will be intoxicated in return. The game has multitude of healing items to treat injuries. If you forgot to pack bandages, you may bleed to death from your first encounter. Might also be the case that the enemy doesn't even get to touch you and the bandages just end up taking slots in your inventory. While the battles you encounter in the open world require some tactics and planning, the combat itself from the start of the game is pretty much rolling dice until the other guy dies. Once you learn the spells and get further down your character's skill tree, the more exciting the combat becomes. You can save the game by sleeping, although if you're playing on permadeath you will get the full consequences of mistakes made. When you load a save, the dungeons, loot spawns that you explored after saving change completely. When you first start the game, you will have to play through the tutorial that acts as the introduction to the game. I'm not gonna show you that, but you will play as this old man.
My leg is crippled. Half my men are dead, and the other half are deserters and traitors. The host be praised. At least I've got the Stoneshard. I am too old for an adventure like this. I need to get back to Bryn. I'm not up to going there by myself, so that's why I sent for you. Do you remember how I helped you out back then? Nope. Damn. It's been so long.
It's like multiple choice.
It's interesting. It's time to get to work. So here's the deal. I can't walk to Bryn with my leg like this. We need a cart. We need horses. While you were away, I had a talk with the village elder. We came to an agreement. We'll fulfill 3 contracts for them. And they'll give us a cart and 2 horses. Don't worry about the contracts. It's nothing special. I don't think you need my advice on how to deal with the undead and brigands. The Elder will give you the details. You should go to him right away. No time to waste. Ah, I almost forgot. No time to waste. Off you go then.
First things first, I have to get the Skrilla. You can get some quick pocket money by selling the bartender his cups and bucket back. At the current state of the game, you can grab everything that isn't nailed down and sell the items back to their owners. Take a nap and the good bartender will replace the cups on the tables again. The guards also left their equipment in the storage room, and don't mind if you grab and sell them to the blacksmiths to be smelted into plot plugs. To get some real early game gold though, look no further than hunting the critters in the forest tiles. Hunting animals is easy. Just herd them to the edge of the map and poke their lungs full of holes for the life to drain out. Then grab the skins and antlers and make sure the leatherworker doesn't have any money left by the end of the day. To progress in the story, you will have to do 3 contracts for the village elder. You can ask the elder what contracts he has available, ask for more information, and then decline the contract. To accept the quest means that you have a strict time limit. If you run out of time, the game doesn't let you have dessert after dinner. To have your cake and eat it too, you can just take note of the location of the quest before accepting it and then go in there and doing it. For example, my first quest was to go to a bandit lair and kill their leader. As a proof that I had completed the quest, I would have to bring back the leader's hand. Since I didn't accept the quest and I killed the leader, I could still go back and tell the elder that I had fulfilled the contract. I didn't need to waste inventory space for a proof. And I got the reward. Best of all, you have all the time in the world to complete the quest and you can waste all the time you want.
No time to waste.
The old man isn't going anywhere. He's crippled.
Unless you plan to carry me, we need a cart.
In this playthrough I was in an unfortunate situation. My favorite merchant had been kidnapped and his shop was empty. I would have to do one of the contracts to free him from the bandits who kidnapped him, along with killing the leader of the group. Getting to the fort wasn't easy. Just about everything wants to kill you on your way there. Luckily, if the enemies don't see you, they don't care where the arrows are flying from, as long as the arrow doesn't hit them. And it doesn't end when you finally manage to get inside, because everyone inside wants to kill you as well. These guys weren't your run-of-the-mill bandits either. These guys hit hard and go for the legs. Traditionally, when there's one, there's others, and they start to funnel to you as they hear the battle going on, and stop you from recovering. I had to run outside and was well lucky that the enemy didn't follow me through the door, because they occasionally do that as well. This guy could have easily killed me twice, but the dice was on my side that time. I did have to limp home though after looting because I had run out of healing items. While limping home, I tread on a snake and it bit me. So I ran back to town, restocked on healing items, slept to the next morning, bought even more medicine and went back to the dungeon to kick that guy's ass who took the regular merchant away from me. Once I got back to the fort, the dudes I kited from outside had respawned. I ran to a different tile to unaggro them, killed a snake in the grass and looped back to flank them. That didn't end up well though. After killing the dudes outside for the second time, I got back inside the fort that I had cleared. The bandits had rebuilt the entire dungeon overnight and repopulated it with enemies. So I had to clear it again, if I hadn't bled to death to the first guy inside. So after killing the dudes outside for the third time, I got back inside the fort that was rebuilt for the third time, killed the dudes inside. I got the second level, learned the deadly trick and almost died again. When I got to the boss man, I decided to go back to town, dump the loot so I could carry more loot after the leader of the group is dead. I sold my shit, bought more eels, and killed the dudes outside for the fourth time. Fortunately, I didn't have to clear the dungeon again, and there was no one to stop me from killing the main dude. So I showed the leader the deadly trick, saved the merchant, and filled my bags with loot and got back to town to collect my rewards, just within the 3-day limit that I had. The village elder is a heavy sleeper though, and I couldn't stop him in time for his crash nap. After waiting for him to wake up, I collected my reward and checked what would be the last contract I had to do. Cleansing corruption sounded like a nice one to finish off with. So I checked the map where the location is, and prepared to face hell. I got there without issues, hacked and slashed my way through the vampires to the final level, and suddenly pulled the whole crypt along with the hideous boss that was lurking in the depths of the crypt. They did eventually catch me and ate me alive. So I prepared even better. I was almost there until I got cut down by a bunch of highwaymen.
What the fuck?
So I prepared even better. Killed the highwaymen, ran into a pack of wolves, killed the pack of wolves, realized my backpack was now full, sold all my shit, sold the bartender's shit back to him, finally ran back to the crypt, only to have to kill the highwayman again while a deerbuck watched me do it, who then taught me how to shoot fireballs out of my hand. Sold all that shit again, finally got back to the crypt as the sun was rising. Burning the vampires made killing them an easy job, or so I thought before my head was swiped clean off.
Gotcha, bitch!
So I prepared even better. I tried to go around the brigands only to walk into a pack of wolves, slaughtered a group of highwaymen. I got back inside the crypt. The layout had changed, and after I got way too deep in it, I got way over my head. I got triple penetrated by a necromancer, vampire, and a golem made of dead flesh.
Fuck with my ass, man.
So I prepared even better and got back to the crypt. I kicked ass and I chewed bubblegum and I found an altar to the Satan himself. So I did what any sensible person would do in that kind of situation, and I cut myself and prayed to the now glowing skulls. Satan bestowed me with great power that allowed me to carve my way to the boss man himself and kill him with a deadly trick or two. In town, I got shit-faced and partied all night, since I had no time to waste, and reported that the deed was done in the morning. Baron cut his cart, and everyone lived happily ever after. So, yeah, pretty fun game.
The animated contest of liberty is waiting for you. Do that, and you'll earn your way to the next level. This is the
Cave Grandis House Discord.